welcome to the opening ceremony of BWN Chapter 2. Yes, it's been a long time coming, and honestly, if I'm being completely honest, the entire 2023, for the most part, was entirely pre-recorded in the second half of 2022. So rolling in front of cameras again with completely new material, new ideas, new vision. It's very exciting and completely new territory. And essentially, I think quality control and making things better by the day is a big priority for all of us. And I think we've got a fair bit of potential in doing that as time goes on. Obviously, we're a very small team here. We have, of course, as you know, we have Phillip, and then we have Bugg over here. And yeah, we're going to try and expand out as best we can, but we needed to start the roster, and we have one. So yeah, it's you're very early on in the process, but yes, welcome to BWN Chapter 2. No toasties this time, actually, no food. We're completely dropping that whole scaffold in Chapter 1. I think if I made that tradition, it would get a bit out of hand. But look, so we do have a nice background today, the beautiful city of Sunderland. Yeah, but we do have the cinema light in the background, and a bit like, well, composed a bit like BBC News actually, so you'll probably see some people in the car parks or the streets probably, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, how are you on this fine day, Phillip?
Not too bad. Lovely summer.
Yeah. Your accommodation isn't too far from here, you're right in the thick of things.
We've decided to look slightly covered it, but it's just over the side of the river, so.
Yeah, how do you find it? Because you're from North London yourself, so it must be a bit of a change of pace, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's quieter. I can breathe easier, so we'll take it.
And yeah, you're well, as far as transport concerned, you're in the middle of bloody nowhere. So
yeah.
How's your situation like, Bugg?
I mean, it's gotten better like after the bus strike and everything, because I mean that was just an absolute menace for like 12 weeks.
Yeah, at the time we're recording this, we're in mid-December and we've just recently finished the Go All Things Brook strike. Nightmare, absolute nightmare for us trying to make plans, and also to, of course, Bugg trying to get practically anywhere to just live a life. Yeah, impossible. Yes, we're back on track now. We're recording finally, and yeah, it's almost like we've come out of lockdown. I haven't been speaking about stuff like this. It's this much since COVID finished. We're getting out of the house and everything like that. But yeah, so we're here now, and today we're going to introduce you to the concepts, reintroduce you to divisions, and everything fun and wonderful about BWN Chapter 2 and what you have to look forward to across the opening year of 2024. We've of course been in enormous meetings and very long, lengthy meetings about everything you're about to hear and what we're about to discuss. But we thought we'd do this in various different formats, but in the end we decided it was probably best if we just stuck to a discussion medium and just sat here and talked about it really, because at the end of the day, I think the informality is probably going to service the amount of numbers we have currently when this airs, and I hope you appreciate the discussion element rather than us trying to act more serious than we actually are, which is essentially a couple of media students just trying to get by, and we're going to try and really make something of this in our time here at the University of Sunderland. So, first of all, I think it's time to get out of the way what will not be covered for at least the immediate future in 2024. Rest assured, every division, if you have any favourites from Chapter 1, will be reintroduced on a grand scale by the end of the year. What will not happen, however, is it'll be staggered. It'll be staggered in which they come out. There's quite a few of them that won't, and we'll signpost that later, and which ones that will come out from September onwards. But for now, yeah, we pretty much know what direction we're going in with the rest of them, and we can get to that momentarily. So, at the end of Chapter 1, I asked what you're the most excited about. Bugg, you said it was games.
Yeah.
And Phillip, you said it was quality control, of which we've literally pretty much taken a pass over there, I would say. But, and films as well, and films that too, which honestly would probably be an appropriate way to start us off, talking through all of the divisions of Chapter 1, and now pretty much all of them will definitely debut this year, and the ones that haven't yet. And we can talk about all that in depth detail. So starting off, Jigsaw Pictures. The first one that was meant for so much more than what it ended up being. And there's very little point of that division now anymore. So I think we've come to a unanimous decision on this, that one more documentary is in the can for that one, and then that will be it. Covering the production of ballads, which will come at some point. I think one more deep dive on the lore of that story and what I want to bring to it. And then there's really no need for that. And then I think documentaries will be snatched up as a medium by another division, which is yet to fully debut this chapter, which will definitely come in the months to come. So BWN Studios, that has obviously been a big thing in terms of recently coming out of the shadows with BWN Studios' order, and we need some things to keep the fire going, some kindling and everything like that. As far as I'm aware, I think we're on about 3 projects this year. Am I right there? So I think we each have one, and we're 2 of these guys are going to be doing shorts.
Mm-hmm.
You are hard at work with yours, I imagine, so far?
Yeah, so I'm in the script writing process right now. Hopefully for a April release, with filming happening around February, March now.
Cool, great. And as for yours, yours is in the works, and we do have a concept for that, and we're working away. As for mine, all I'm willing to give away is that my second feature film will be coming out around the summertime, hopefully, and it will be a romance, and that's and the script is being written as you are seeing this right now. So moving on from that, we then go into a very important division of Chapter 1, BWN Music. Now, I know film students usually get a kick out of music videos, and I know you've even got some experience with that in the past.
Yeah.
But there will only be one music release outside of just general music. There will only be one proper music release this year, and that will be my debut album. I'm very excited to get underway with that. It'll be a great piece of work, and it's shaping up to be something pretty special. In the process of writing the lyrics now, and the music's been in the can for quite a while. It was my summer project last year, and I can't wait to get it going and really prove to people, finally, that I can actually do music. And that was, and it's gone from a joke to me actually taking it pretty seriously. So that'll be fantastic. Moving on from there, we have ourselves, well, to be honest, I think it's best we actually talk about these all together, time to talk about the panel. So, this is probably the biggest piece of news recently regarding the divisions that you have not heard a single whisper of, and that is that the biggest thing, that's been the biggest priority for us lately, for months now, has been assembling this show, sort of a panel-esque design of 3 of us, which is now the form of us 3. It was always going to be us 3 during the recruitment process, as it was anyway, and essentially that panel is going to cover 3 divisions you know very well around entertainment coverage: Mayster at the movies, Mayster Reacts, and Mayster Reviews. So those 3 there, all of which will have different weekly times of shows and things like that. And together we will cover the depths of mainstream entertainment to the best of our ability within 2024. Obviously, the coverage divisions were actually quite successful, especially Mayster Reviews, I'd say being our biggest division of Chapter 1 in terms of numbers. And I think it was the one that needed the most time and effort put into, given your responses to Chapter 1. And we're gonna deliver on that and make a panel show that's really worth your time, I'd imagine, on a weekly basis, to really cover everything coming out and what you should expect and what we think on it, to see if we can give some elements of sort of opinion that might be helpful to you. So that's those currently. BWN News, there's going to be a lot changing with that lately, but you'll hear more about that soon enough when it comes back. But Willie Duncan, I honestly, if I'm being brutally honest, I think his days are possibly numbered. I've tried my best with that, and I don't think there's many other places to go, but we'll see. The Matthew May show as well, this will be a big shocker, and this we did in a big meeting we had recently. We had to honestly discuss about this. We think there's a home for me doing that style of content elsewhere, but as its own division series and as an outright division on the network with its own channel, we also think the Matthew May show's days are numbered and will probably end this year. That was a big decision to make because it was actually a quite successful division of last chapter, and but it was a call that had to be made, and I think for the better of the future, I think it was the right one as well. So we need to pull through on that, and bring to a satisfying conclusion, I guess, within the foreseeable future. I think we'll talk about players in Game Central in tandem, do you think? Because we're not at December now, we're jumping over, we'll come back to Build a Better World, don't worry, just but the gaming ones, because I realise I have just been solo waffling in the middle chair here for quite a while, and I need other humans to actually speak.
So both the gaming channels that are up, so Gaming Central, as well as some of the other content you've seen on different channels, the idea behind those is that as much as you'd love to see us three go at some video games, see me absolutely destroy Matthew at a variety of different titles.
Well.
I mean, again, you will have to wait a little bit for that content to come out, as we are planning to have a release later this year with regular content like we have with the
that this much we know for certain with what we discussed. Game Central, at least in our uni timeline now, being in first year, we're not going to touch Game Central on a production standpoint until at least the end of the summer, and you will only see a release from that very early year 2, so probably around freshers time where people go back to university and schools. In September, late September, that's when you'll see Game Central make a return. That is the plan so far. But yeah, Mayster Players on the other hand, that is obviously a lot more low-key one, and I think I'll be coming back with that a lot sooner than people think, possibly even as early as next month. And in the case of that, I think you would be a great fit and have some game videos with me. It's, if you'd like to do that.
Yes, I would love that. I mean,
but we can only have so many people on the Game Central lineup. I think you're going to murk the shit out of people. It's I think there's absolutely no doubts about that. I think let's just say we have more control over single player and console-based games with Mayster Players. I think there'll be a lot more demographic friendly for this one that she'll like more.
That also can't do platformers, as you found out.
That's pissed me off lately, I do have to say. That's this one can't play Mario for the life of it. If you can't function playing Super Mario Galaxy, then what's the point?
I can play Minecraft.
Everyone can play Minecraft. Everyone.
That's what eBay always say, though.
True.
Who wasn't building a farm in year 4? Who was not doing that?
I was building a roller coaster.
I would love to meet the person who did not touch that game in primary school. I'd love to meet them.
I didn't touch it in primary school. I only touched it in secondary school.
Anyway, and something else that looking forward to, the video essays.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a big area. I think we're just going completely scattered at this point.
Yeah, I think that's just how it works.
I'll keep a mental list, and that's where it needed to go. I think that's where it needed to go off the rails. To be honest, I think I have just view retention's gone through the floor. BWN Education is a division that has not yet debuted, and yet already in December even, technically BWN Chapter 1 has not even ended yet when we're recording this. But yeah, it is. We are very hard at work already on the video essays, and the vast majority of which will be out in the first half of 2024. One's going to be held back, your second one, we're still deciding what that is currently. But your Philip's second one will be held back till later in the year, around that start of second year time. But the rest will pretty much come in force around May. That's where there'll be 3 actually in May, and that's the only on our project schedule, and that's the only real big productions that are going to be coming out in May as an essay from each of us. That's kind of what we're going for with that. Phillip will have 2, I'll have 3 this year, and Bugg will only have the 1. And it's, I'll tell you what, yeah, we'll throw away the tease to what that is. It's about a particular game of platforming. I don't know whether there's a disconnect there, obviously. So yeah, for someone who apparently wants to lecture people on a platforming game, okay, what is said game, Bugg?
Well, it's Alice Madness Returns, but...
Yeah, a Gen 7, I think it would be, 360 primarily.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
Yeah, gory as hell,
There'll be many warnings.
not my thing, but yeah, who says we don't have culture and variety on this network? Yeah, yeah. Just don't put the opening credits, please. Do not put the opening credits in that. No.
No, those aren't going in. Don't worry.
No, good. That'll be demonetised in 5 seconds. No, just no.
And to move on, we'll go back to Build That World.
Yeah, thank you for saving this, Phillip.
Yeah, Build That World.
Thank you for saving
Keep
this.
the conversation moving.
Back to it. Trolls. You can't get much more different than that. No, yeah, I've just given away a massive one there. We're not touching that this year, but yeah, we've got something of that on the way. We're in the pipeline. But to elaborate on all of that, we have, even though it's a charity one, and regrettably so, it's awful to say, but really again, we don't have a lot of money on our hands and funds, of course. So investing a lot into a charity division is, some would say, very admirable, and yeah, that's fine. But at the same time, it's there's got to be a balance of we actually really want to make what we're making, and also have a serious passion for it. Else the money would not be spent in the volume that it is. So to that end, yeah, we have a shit ton coming from this division this year, and
Yeah.
we really
Actually,
like.
you get started on training, right?
What?
You get started on training
On training on what?
for a project that's coming up this year.
I'm training. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's far too long.
I'm training. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cycling back to studios. But before I go on that little segue, yeah, do keep an eye out for Build a Better World. There'll be a hell of a lot on the way, and I will say our first debut series. So of course you could see Nanny Mabel's shite that happened last chapter. That could have been a series, but a true series, and that will be kind of the big thing at the end of this year. Before then there'll be shorts and even micro mini series and things like that. Those will be coming, but expect the first big thing towards the end of this year. Or maybe sooner, because I've just remembered there's actually going to be 2. Yeah, there's going to be 2. I can't believe I forgot that, but yes, and one of which we'll both be directing for.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. Tell you what, I won't reveal what the one at the very end of the year is. I'll reveal the one we're both directing for. So what we're working on currently, and hear us out. Lego Toy Story Season 1. Yeah, should I just let them sit with that, or do we elaborate? Do we just let them
sit with that.
You just sit with that one for 4 months, all right? We're doing something Toy Story based, great, fantastic. Yeah, yeah. Can you play Zerg?
Sure.
I am joking, by the way. It's not happening. I'll just make you sit because I don't like you.
Right, yeah.
That's fine. You'll learn your method acting, you'll make you shave your head.
Oh God, no.
We'll also make you take your
Nobody needs to see that.
No.
That's something that nobody needs to see.
Leave his
But
beautiful
what we
hair
can do, man,
alone.
It's a lot easier to do. It's got a marker in the back of my head.
Beep.
You know what would be funny if it actually scanned as like my Tesco club cards.
Oh my god.
But anyway, moving swiftly on.
God. Anyway, I'm training apparently. Yeah, I'm going to be ideally shooting 2 feature films this year. One in advance for 2025's for next year's film. And yeah, I'm going to have to get in shape, and it's almost because I really want to. I really want to shed everything really from lockdown in the past few years and really get to the best shape I've ever been in for this role, because it's going to be brutal. It'll be a brutal shoot, a brutal film, and maybe a hint there as to what the genre might be. It's going to be an enormous change of pace, and one that actually was slated for Chapter 1 and never got released, I think. Whether that was public or not is a different story, but yeah, that's the case as things are. We'll talk about that. So Mr. Boogie, he will be back, and we're going to have a slightly different format with that. Maybe some new faces, possibly, to his character arc and different things like that. And I'm just going to talk about Mr. Boogie with you guys to the camera, and let's just pretend that Phillip knows what the hell I'm talking about. So we skip ahead to Wargaming Warlords. Get gone next month, mate. And I'm being incredibly brutal about that. We've already, I said late in Chapter 1 what I thought about that and where it had to go, and it's there will be 2 episodes back to back in very early February, and that will be it. It will come and go as quickly as a success did, and it'll be gone. It'll be gone like the wind. I think it doesn't mean to say we'll drop Warhammer forever, but that's Division's days are dying out. I think we're gonna. But the thing is, it's still effort there. We're gonna bring it to a satisfying conclusion and really try and put a good taste in people's mouths with that Division as it ends. But I think it's still going to be a task, and doing it without its former leader, it's going to be difficult. But I'm going to try and get off the ground. I mean, you've got an extensive amount of D&D knowledge, so I think it can some of that.
Quite translate, but I can bring the.
What about me though?
Warhammer.
I also have Warhammer knowledge.
I've just completely disrespected you there. I'm sorry.
You turned to the person who's never played Warhammer before, and it turned away from the person who actually has experience.
Damn.
Sometimes. Happy talk. Happy talk. Obviously, we've decided to go into Switch.
Switch?
Loading tab.
Beep, beep.
Twitch. It's going to Twitch, and we're going to see how far we can go with that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know if live audience is going to work for me. It'll be underway soon in the months to come. That much I can promise you. Theatre. That's year 2 one. It'll come again eventually within time. But it's expect that around late this year, I would say, for theatre to make a return. It didn't need to. It's been, even though the production values were very low, it was a very successful one in Chapter 1, and we can give it time to really amp up the quality and everything. Then moving on, the champions. Now, unfortunately, this would be a staple division for us. It's going to be actually one of the last, probably around Christmas time, roughly. This year, you'll see that again. We're going to build up the team again, whoever this team's going to be, and be hopefully the permanent team from this point forward till the end of that division's run. And we have to, the start-up team with the opening cast was great to actually get that brand name out there, but now it's time for the main team of what's been set up with me leading it. Who is that main team of the champions going to be? In those Sidemen-esque videos where everything's, it goes, it's hilarious, it all goes perfectly well. That can't be done without the right amount of people and the right amount of quality. If we try and go into that without the right resources and without the right experience, it's not going to work. It's just not. And it's not to say we're making a professional, it'll be as informal as it ever was, and more so. It's just we need to do it properly, and we care an awful lot about that division to be put right. As goes for Games Central, as I said, for second year, and we're past over that now. We're going to do a big survey on games soon, and we're probably, the idea, especially Mr. Players, is going to be going from more retro stuff to recent stuff in that kind of format, but then online games and things like that, like mega popular ones, Games Central is probably going to be the home for that. MAY-SMR will be coming back for 1 month this year, and then we've actually come to the decision that even though it was a solid little run, it's time the spotlight has come to an end for pretty obvious reasons to pretty much everybody, for just the fact that it even exists. And it doesn't say that it won't ever happen again in a different medium, in a different division, that kind of content, but as it stands, the title alone is too outrageous to be kept. It needs to go. It needs to go. Listen, put Clive in there. That's, oh Jesus Christ, I can't even get that right. It's Claude. I better put Claude in there. I'm just putting all that out. Yeah. It's time to go!
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
We have literature.
Yes, we do. We do have literature coming. And that's, we're working on some minor projects this year. It's not going to be full swing this year, I would say, but there's definitely stuff we're working on. And as I announced last year, I am this year going to be doing a lot more work on my debut novel, which hopefully by the end of chapter 2 should be out, if not very early chapter 3. But I'm going to try and work on that, of course I don't have a lot of writing experience, so I'm going to try and make it as good as I possibly can. And then also the podcast is going to be coming back soon, but this time it's going to be a bit of a change of pace. We do not have Dan anymore, obviously, so I need a new permanent co-host, and yeah, I think that's gonna fit quite nicely. But I know there's a lot of disrespect for Ladybug in this video. I understand that, right? But yeah, we'll get back to Ladybug shortly, and with a different division coming up soon. So next up we have Vertical Blue, which is actually coming back this month. And I say coming back, technically it's coming back. It's getting introduced this month. In that we'll be doing plenty of TikToks and plenty of content and plenty of fun and stuff like that. And maybe not this month, but we'll just get it started, get the ball rolling. And then, yeah, the idea is we each take rotors and we try and reach out to that different, possibly, I'll say demographic, but just different area really. And we just reach out into that and see where our endeavours take us and see how successful it is for the very first time being introduced. Being prepared is year 2, one again, but we have begun development on that as well. Then you can move on to the BWN Foundation, where we have decided what the pilot, you could say, if we're going to make it a division series, the pilot of that, we have decided what it's going to be, and mainly involves me, and it is going to be ridiculously hard. And that's all I'm going to say. Unless I tell them, do you think?
No.
No?
Leave a surprise.
Suspense.
Surprise.
You will find out about it
Suspense.
in advance of it.
Yes. We're gonna do hopefully a big kind of update on the project and things around the summer, so you'll know about that then. But yeah, I kind of do want to tell people at some point, because it sticks a gun to my head to actually go through with it. It's a very big physical, personal endeavour.
And let's just say Vertical Blue may be used as an incentive for you to continue on.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
Keep your eyes out on socials. You might start seeing some stuff towards the springtime potentially.
Yes, hopefully yes. Right, okay, up next we have A Human Race of Many Colours, another division series that needs to be discussed, that does not have a host when it was initially conceived, and yeah, that's ironic. That's
No.
no. Nutty. No. Yeah, if you can't already tell, we do have a new host, and shut it, we do have respect for Ladybug in this video. Yeah, Ladybug will be the host of A Human Race of Many Colours, with assistance every now and then from moi. Yeah, that Valentine's Day video from the Matthew May show was always meant to be the backdoor pilot for that show, and the Champions also as well. But yeah, it was that is truly going to come to light now with I would say definitely a very good successor to who was initially going to run that show, who you should all know well. Yeah, there's a great successor to the heir to that division, and after basically pulling it out my backside when I was trying to make new ideas last year, 2022 even, and yeah, and trying to make those ideas and make those ends meet. And in the end, yeah, we'll come out the other side in early development on that series, which you will see debut this summer. And yeah, Ladybug will be at the helm. So yes, that is pretty much it, except for a last couple which I can now definitely memorise. So up first, Hot Ballers. That one, again, year 2. We need to make sure that these ones are done properly and that we don't disappoint the audience, especially with hot ballers having it not even debuted yet. It's very important them divisions are done properly, hence why we're waiting. So that's the situation with that one. Literature we've discussed, and now again, even more respect for Ladybug. In comparison to the podcast dynamic duo we're going to have here, let's turn to another division that has not been introduced, and this is really pushing the boat out. Radio Blue. Now, Dan, right, if you're watching this, mate, yeah, screw you. We're going to make it successful, alright? We're going to try and go into radio. It's not particularly the most accessible division, but
it's not going to be very successful. I don't have high hopes for it.
I know you didn't like the sound of it, okay? We're going to make this work, alright? I'm speaking to you beyond the grave. I will wake you up with the sound of my voice.
Yeah, that sounds okay. Nothing needs to be said.
It's you every time.
We're doing radio here at BWN.
It's funny how we're just discombobulated and he's the best talker and we're the ones who are trying to do radio. That's great. That's great.
So this is what you have to look forward to.
Yeah,
we're
gonna try and make this work. We're gonna try and make it work, and very, very soon at that, in the spring even. We're gonna really try and get this ball rolling. Swiftly moving on, as you would say. BWN TV, yes, that is going to get underway this year in a big way, with a big long running series I've been in the works with for easily over a year now. And then on top of that, a limited series which I'm also working on, and a series that is not fiction, it's completely... I'm cutting that, Jesus Christ, sorry guys. On top of that, there's going to be another series, completely non-fiction, that these two are both going to be working on, and I don't have a cat and mouse chance of ever understanding, but it's basically...
Actually, as this is sort of coming in the future, I will tease it by saying, not only is it not fiction, it's action play almost.
Yeah, almost, like, let's put it this way. There's a reason why we're shifting focus in a way to these two with what they want to do with this show, and Wargaming Warlords is coming to an end. That's all we're going to say for now. But that's what to look forward to with that. Finally, in terms of the divisions, we have BWN Games. So, development has begun with that division, trying to grow it out, we will see in the next year or two if something comes about in terms of a project after it's been planned out for quite a while. We'll see if something comes of that. And that's it for the divisions. So we have one more thing to talk about before we truly set you off and set us all off on BWN Chapter 2. So yeah, back to it. I think the last thing we talked about was our solo channels. That we're gonna. I don't really have an official term for that, but yeah, that's what we're calling for now, solo channels. So those channels made by the network members, that's a new thing to Chapter 2, but technically opened in Chapter 1. They're not divisions, but opened in Chapter 1 because they started up on the 15th of December. They're going to be run by us three, obviously. If you couldn't tell by my entire discography of music, I am the Mayster, and that was a very apt name for my channel. That's just going to be the way it is. And if you don't make way for me, I'll steal girl.
Very threatening thing to say. Okay, sure. My channel will be lock and load. Gonna have content for video games. Gonna have potentially some shorter form content as well. So look forward to that. That will have a video coming out soon, and hopefully regular uploads coming from that. And then we've got Jesus Christ.
got me. Mine will be called Ladybug. It's all about cozy vibes there, so there'll be story reading, crochet, comfy farm games, aka stuff like Stardew Valley, and it's just there for people to chill times.
I feel like you're staring at somebody through the camera. Like, if you guys are watching this and you guys know who Matthew is, whose doll Matthew's about to go steal, I'm not concerned about this.
It's YouTube, man. Say funny shit, get views. That's how it works.
Somebody's like, just all of you guys keep maybe just call your girl up, make sure that she's still responding.
Maybe I should just start deliberately acting more like a creep. Maybe I should, because the more speed I act, the probably more views we're gonna get.
Right.
Just act more and more like a clown.
If you want somebody who has the core, will come to my channel. If you want just true unhinged.
Do you want me to gift you my insanity? Is that what you want, guys? Is that what you want? Because I nearly did it to myself last chapter. I'll happily give it up to you.
If you want unhinged stuff, go to this guy's channel. We'll sort you out.
If you want to actually be able to sleep tonight, though, you come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think the car is now fully off the rails.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, so when I say it's weird, but when people are going to sleep to the sound of her voice, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. No, to be fair, she keeps people asleep. I wake them up. That's what we've already established.
Right.
Yeah. A bit of a buff note or but yeah, that's the solo channels. So you'll see stuff from me very, very soon. So speaking of acting like a clown for views, what will get views and what's probably the most mainstream basic bitch thing I do in my entire life, it's drink prime. That's what it is. So yeah, if you'd like to see a rankings video, both hydration and energy, then they're on the way to you. I just left a bit of a comedic pause there to just put no one knows in captions underneath. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, you know, there's three legs on this camera, it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse. It makes me smile.
Right, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, the update. It's been a long time coming, and we've got an entire year of content slated, productions ready to go.
Stay tuned, you know.
Stay tuned, like, subscribe.
The subscribe button now does this weird swirly colour thing.
Yeah,
it made my brain happy yesterday.
Yeah. So you click the little subscribe button, it pops up. So please
do you know what made my brain happy? Subscribe. That would make my brain happy. Subscribe, everybody.
Yeah, and then that way we all get to watch the little swirly thing.
Yeah, we all get to watch the swirly. We just see it all day.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Keep our brains happy, please. Thank you. Otherwise, I'll still both your girls.
Oh.
I feel like you had one before. Don't lie. I know the missus is in the living room, but you do have two. Yeah, Darren, 42. I know you're watching this. There, sat there, face fell down your top. I'm gonna keep this up.
Anyway, like, subscribe, share the video, and we'll catch you in the new year.
Bye bye.
We are in the new year, you dipshit.